The Peninsula on Vaal is proud to host the 2013 Rockman Ultracross Triathlon, presented by Spectrum Sport and Synergy Marketing and Events. Only an hour and a half's drive from Johannesburg, the Peninsula on Vaal is the ideal venue for hosting South Africa's first ultra-distance cross triathlon.
So your boats are going to go to the left-hand side of that exit flag.
With the main event being the Ultra Swim Triathlon, organisers also catered for those who prefer to paddle, and these were the first athletes to set off at 6 a.m. sharp. Their race would see them completing a 16-kilometre canoe leg before heading out onto the mountain bike route. Names to look out for: Marcus Brunt, Lloyd Burnt, and not to forget Ironman legend Henk Watermeyer, who, although not very fit, comes with years of experience in the ultra-distance events. With the canoeists underway, the swim triathletes started prepping for their day's racing, knowing full well that it was going to be a tough day in the sun.
I've done exteriors before, but nothing from the ultra distance perspective. So I think it's new, something new in South Africa and new for everyone. So unknown territory.
The guys like the long stuff, so it's in between Ironman. So I think it's really going to be really great.
I've done a few trail runs and obviously a lot of mountain biking, and I think a swim's a swim, so the distance, I don't know. I think the distance is alright. I'm training for Ironman again, so actually the distance shouldn't be a problem, but quite nervous.
I was a cross-country runner when I was younger, so it was, I enjoy the off-road more than the road. It's a little bit more exciting, although it's going to be tough today. It's sort of only my second race back after about a year off, so we'll see how it goes.
For these athletes, their day would be made up of 2-kilometre swim, followed by a 70-kilometre mountain bike ride, then onto 18 kilometres of trail running. No easy feat. Meanwhile, out on the water it was Watermeyer and Michael Bensi, out front more than halfway through the first leg of their race. Olympic swimmer Terence Parkins certainly a name to watch out for, although he would have his work cut out for him with the likes of Rudolf Nordeer and Nico Stack in the mix. For some this was a race, for most a challenge against themselves. And with heavy rain having fallen most of the previous evening, the mountain bike route was set to be tough. So pacing yourself from the start was imperative. Taking an early lead in the swim was Rudolf Nordeer, with Terence Parkin and Marcus van Niekerk chasing only meters behind. Behind them, Nico Stack and leading lady Sylvia van Tromp, also amongst the top 6. For the less adventurous, racing as a team was an option, and 10 minutes after the start of the main race, they set off.
I'm telling you, this is one of the cleanest water in South Africa. You know, I checked the water results all over where I got triathlons, and I'm telling you, this is like Buffersport. It's absolutely clean water. And then we see, let's start. The Vaal them got a name, and then we said that's the place.
With the top 3 men out onto their second lap, the rest of the field soon followed, whilst leading canoe triathlete Henk Watermeyer finished up his first leg of the race. Nordeer was setting a blistering pace in the swim, having extended his lead on Parkin and van Niekerk to over a minute. Entering transition, Nordeer with canoe triathletes also moving onto the bike leg.
Oh, hectic choppy. Wind at times. Keeps it interesting. Good fun.
Having completed the swim leg in a time of 30 minutes 2 seconds, Nordeer was taking advantage of the early lead. Behind him, van Niekerk, and 2 minutes back, Nico Stack.
For years, Louis Harmse has had this dream of putting together an event that is different to any other that happens in South Africa. He wanted to take it off-road. For years we've been involved with the different tri-series that have happened around the country, and we thought there's a gap for athletes that want to take it off-road and want an ultra experience. So we decided to put the Rockman together, and I cannot believe today has arrived so quickly after months and months of planning to put this event together. It's an event that offers so much to the whole family.
As the field headed out onto the first lap, it soon became evident that the muddy, wet conditions were going to be a true test of skill and endurance for these athletes. Bryn Freeman showing how to put his Cannondale through this muddy terrain. And duathlete Jochie Rousseau also pushing hard. Organisers made sure to cater for athletes of all levels and laid on a shorter race or dash. The distances here were a 400-meter swim followed by 12 kilometers of mountain biking to be concluded with a 3-kilometer trail run.
We had to find a venue that was big enough. We had to find a venue that would assist us and be part of our whole plan. And we were approached by the Peninsula on Vaal out here. They're kind of between Denaysville and Oranieville, and it's a spectacular venue, and it's an estate, safe estate. We've got animals roaming around on the track with us. We found the perfect partner.
Peninsula it's a real term peninsula. We're sitting with about 55 kilometers of shoreline, and then we're sitting with 4,000 hectares of game reserve. And then started off with our full title developments, that's well established, and then obviously moving towards all our bay areas with the sectional title. And we accommodate all lifestyles here, from horse riding, running, anything that's got to do with water, flying. We've got the aviation centre, so everything that's got to do with outdoors we host at the Peninsula, and we create the lifestyle for everybody to enjoy. And that's what our state is about.
And what an ideal venue it is as we see the dash athletes making their way into their first transition. Favourites in this race, Dylan Norrier and Brandon Herkes.
Fast. It's a fast one. It was alright, apart from the fact that somebody kicked me and now my eyes swollen.
Betaille though. It was rough out there, but it's good.
Philip van der Loo in the Ultra, now battling with a mud-clogged back derailleur, and he was not alone. Meanwhile, Nico Stagg had now moved up to first place ahead of Nordia. With his head down, he would now be thinking about the 18-kilometer trail run that lay ahead. Some of the dash athletes now finishing off their mountain bike leg. Canoe triathlete Marco Marks putting in a good effort and lying within the top 10. Race number 260, that's Piers Pero. Behind him, Charles Bourain. Elton van Putten. Second place in the Ultra, Rudolf Nordia, while comfortably leading in the ladies' race by a good 20 minutes, the ever-smiling Sylvia van Tromp. Louis Harmse Jr. putting in a good effort for his team. After suffering a puncture, Nordia hooked up with Marcus van Niekerk to try and make up some time on the leader, Nico Stagg. Lying third overall in the main race, David Labuschagne. Leader Nico Stagg only minutes away from finishing off his second leg of the 2013 Rockman Ultracross Triathlon. Taking his time but enjoying his day out in the sun, that's Warren Janssen van Vuren. Number 5, Terence Parkin. Piers Pero taking time out to give his bike a bath. With this being the first event of its kind in South Africa, it was a day of learning for all, including the top athletes. A cross triathlon of this distance is a huge challenge and very demanding on the body.
Yeah, look, it's been a great Rockman. I loved it so much. I think the track is awesome and the arrangements here are flipping fantastic. I'm going to win now.
Ja, was tough swem, maar die fietsry was lekker.
With Tribon Main at hand, those suffering mechanicals were in good hands.
Sy gaan hom nou maak dat hy net in een rat is, dan gaan ek maar die wedren voltooi.
Globe Flight couriers have been involved in triathlon for some years now, and once again were on hand supplying logistical support, helping with water points, and ensuring that no litter was left behind.
Yeah, it was big rain last night, and it looks like dams, and we changed a lot of things. But still, the people enjoy it. The first lap was very, very tough. They do it about 30 minutes slower than they normally do it. But the second lap was fantastic. And I talked to the owners here. They make the permanent routes. They put signs on. They will put gravel on the road. So I promise you, this race is for years and years. It will growing and it will get on. And we got all their support here from all the people here in Peninsula.
With the mountain bike leg done and dusted, Nico Stack was first out onto the 18-kilometer trail run. Terence Parkin. That's Jochie Rousseau being chased down by one of the team runners. Marcus van Niekerk looking strong. Rudolf Nordier still in second place, but now more than 20 minutes behind Stack. Still comfortably leading the ladies' race and amongst the top 10 overall, Sylvia van Tromp. Her bike time, 2 hours 51 minutes. Canoe triathlete Henk Vaartmeijer finishing up his mountain bike leg. Isaac Hatting, thoroughly enjoying his race and lying 9th overall. Behind him and moving up quickly, Daniel Jenner. Out on his first lap of the run, Henk Vaartmeijer with race leader Nico Stack behind him, but well into his second lap of this run. Third place lady, Erica Versiel, coming through strong.
You know, for Pick n Pay, it's all about family, and Rockman is very much what that's about. You've got your Rock Kids, which caters for, you know, your 5 to 12 to 15-year-olds, and your Rockman and your Rock Dash, which is then catering even, you know, up to seniors and over. So, you know, exclusive to Pick n Pay, you know, Sunshirt, it's our exclusive to Pick n Pay range, and it seemed like a perfect fit. When we were approached by Rockman, then it was definitely a no-brainer for us to get involved, and, you know, we're on board with the kids' activities, and we also sponsored all their medals and shirts yesterday for the kids' race, which was awesome to see all the little ones, you know, doing the rock or the Rock Kids, so yeah. Promoting and growing the sport of triathlon amongst the kids is vital. And with that in mind, the organizers held a Rock Kids event the day before. Here, children as young as 5 years old could take part, with swim distances ranging from 80 to 150 meters, cycling between 2.5 and 5 kilometers, and running between 500 meters and a kilometer, all depending on their age. A Rock Mile open swim was also held. Back to our leading lady, and for her, this race was almost done. Taking in fluids is vital on any race, especially when temperatures start heading into the 30s. For Nico Stack, it had been a tough day's work, but the job was done as he came in to take line honors in a time of 4 hours, 26 minutes and 18 seconds. Winning team, N3TC was second across the line, with Paul Ramakopo being the man of the moment. Second man overall was Rudolf Nordier in a time of 4 hours, 57 minutes and 22 seconds. A fantastic result for Sylvia van Tromp as she came in to take line honors in the ladies' race in a very respectable time of 5 hours, 4 minutes and 4 seconds. Second place lady on the day, Karen Southgate. Third, Erica Versiel. The inaugural Rockman Ultracross Triathlon was tough, but thoroughly enjoyed by all. And for those who took part, we can only say, well done.
It was really wet and really slippery on the first lap of the bike. but it really compacted well, and the second lap on the bike was fast, and the run took care of itself. Awesome event, awesome route, and what a great day out for the family as well.
I think the distances are quite deceiving. It looks much easier on paper than in reality, especially with the wet conditions we experienced today. I do love the idea and the concept. I think from now on I will mainly just race off-road events. I haven't really done any road triathlons these days. I've been switching over to the off-road events and also a lot of mountain biking. I enjoy it a lot more, and unfortunately in South Africa, getting off the tar roads onto the gravel roads and off-road roads is a much safer perspective than cycling on the roads these days.
There has been so much positive comments on the setup, the logistics, the organisation. We know that from today the word will get out, and we know that next year when we open entries they will be closed sooner, a lot sooner than they were this year. So I think thanks to the athletes for your patience in that it's our first event, and we look forward to an amazing 2014 and beyond.
And to confirm top positions, let's have a look at the results. Until next year, happy racing. The Peninsula and Vaal was proud to host the 2013 Rockman Ultracross Triathlon, presented by Spectrum Sport and Synergy Marketing and Events.